So much riding in these first 20 overs in terms of how much will Chennai chase, with all the other teams keenly watching this, not just because everyone likes to watch good cricket, but there's so much at stake for other teams as well. At the halfway mark, what was expected to be a 180, 190 kind of scenario, because that's the kind of scores we've seen on this very pitch, on this very ground. 65 for 2 for an explosive team, with the friends reunited in KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal. Joy Bhattacharjya alongside. Joy, it's a strange 10 overs. Intent was there for the first few overs. No slow bowlers used by MSD in those first 6, but not quite the runs we expected.
53 of the first 6 and 12 of the next 4. That tells you the story. Somewhere there, I think, Rahul was definitely weighed by the burden of the occasion. I think the pressure of all the team watching has got to him, because he was clearly under pressure. He was not his free-stroking self. Chris Gayle is also, I think, under a lot of pressure because he thinks it's a big occasion and he doesn't want to give his wicket away cheaply. But what has happened is, with those two being in the middle, it's conspired to make nobody there actually playing their shots, which is what Mayank did very successfully in the first 4-5 overs. So that's really created this logjam. Now the problem is, now these guys have to make it count. If Pooran and Gayle don't last, then they could be really trouble. The plus point, of course, is that if Gayle lasts, he could make it 15, 16 and over very easily. But he's clearly trying to say, play Imran Tahir out. He doesn't want to take risks against him.
Which is probably a sound strategy, because like Rashid Khan, he can be someone who just squeezes through, picks up a couple of quick wickets. So maybe sound strategy to start with. Good to see from Punjab's point of view, Gayle willing to take those singles early on. Always an ominous sign at times. But Pooran can be free thinking. So if the two Caribbeans get together, and I think if you can sit in that part of the world and ask, if you wanted two people to bat for your entertainment, not your life, just for your entertainment, these two would be it.
No, absolutely. I think Pooran can do it for them. If Pooran plays his natural game, then Gayle can afford to take his time against the spinners, set himself up and really go at the end. Because this Chennai attack, there's nobody here other than Tahir who really scares him, or he's looking at it and saying, Ngidi is good, but I think he fancies himself once his eyes set. Tahir is the guy he's worried about. But for that to happen, he has to have somebody else scoring. Ngidi has finished 2 overs and I thought he was absolutely sensational. But
absolutely sensational. And 2 wickets to Lungisani Ngidi, 1 wicket to Cricbuzz Comm Box, as always tends to happen. It's that time of the innings. Shardul Thakur, coming on what looked an innocuous delivery, has got rid of the dangerous, the explosive Nicholas Pooran. Good, decent low catch to MS Dhoni down the leg side. And every time, Joy, a wicket falls down the leg side, you tend to tell yourself, unlucky. That's not the way you would have wanted it coming.
Absolutely, because it's a free hit. You just swing your bat and hope for something. For you to get that short a connection that you just goes to the keeper is one of those things that happens. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you shouldn't be out with a shot like that. But it happens. It happens all the time. And, well, the commentator's curse is there. I think it's not just the commentator's curse. I think a lot of temples in Calcutta and Rajasthan will be right now open. Lots of pujas are being performed as we speak. I think it's a burden of all of that on poor Nicholas Pooran's head.
Yeah, I know. When you said temples, initially I was thinking of temples on the forehead. Are you frowning? Are people frowning, wondering what's happening? But yeah, I think more than the frowns, you need the temples. You need the worship. You need that part to come in. And certainly in Calcutta, I can probably just strain out of my window and listen to all that happening, because it's just the hangover of the Durga Puja season. And while all the immersions may have taken place, the bamboo structures of many of the pandals are still intact. And I think they'll be using that to hope and push Kolkata forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So exciting times out here. Pooran is a big wicket, and now I think they've got themselves into a little bit of a tangle. I'd really be interested. They still have enough firepower. They have Gayle, they have Nisham, they have Huda, they have Mandeep, they have Chris Jordan. They have enough players to get them out of it, but they need to show some intent right now. It's really time they start to showing intent.
Yep. Just a reminder for all of you out there, in case you didn't pop in early, Maxwell has been left out. Jimmy Neesham has come in his place. He too can hit the ball, but he's not quite that explosiveness of Glenn Maxwell. But it remains to be seen if he can play his role. Quick one to finish, Joy. 68 for 3 in the 11th over with Pooran gone. What are they aiming for right now? 150?
They have to aim for more. I mean, they'd probably say that if Gayle is in, they could still do 160, 165. But they need Gayle to bat deep. Then they need him to bat till the 19th.
They certainly do. And Chennai would like 150. I would like 150, but that's purely on basis of the My 11 Circle badge of honor. That's not what we're going by. It is going to be a fascinating next 10 overs that could decide the fate of many teams. Stay tuned. We'll discuss it all. My 11 Circle presents Cricbuzz Live.